Hi, I'm Dave Purdy, founder and CEO of Wealth Management Midwest, and welcome to June. Attached to this short video is our June market commentary. I want to take just a minute and talk a little bit about perspective. Perspective, I've been really blessed with having people give me great perspective over a lot of years. And I think that when you think about perspective, it's really not taught in high school, and as you age, it's not really taught, but it's so valuable. And so I wanted to take today's video and just talk a little bit about perspective. As you know, by watching all these videos for the last many, many months, I've been fairly bullish on the market, saying, the unemployment is low, earnings are, expected record levels. There's a lot of cash in the bank. Foreclosures are very low, and we want to keep a balanced portfolio that meets your objectives. And I think that when I think about the markets now, it was interesting. I actually had the good pleasure of going to Hot Springs, Arkansas for a wedding, and a couple of things happened. But one, it was on Friday, May 24th, and I found out, of course, that's the busiest travel day in U.S. history was May 24th, and I flew from Minneapolis to Atlanta. And for those of you who don't know, Atlanta, that's the busiest airport in the entire world. And then from Atlanta, I flew to Little Rock. And then from Little Rock, I rented a car at Avis and drove to Hot Springs. And Minneapolis airport jammed, parking jammed, plane jammed, get to Atlanta jammed. I get to Little Rock, I'm waiting for my plane, and the guy comes over the loudspeaker and says, "We're overbooked by 4 people. We'll give anybody $500 a piece to take the 6 o'clock flight instead of the 1:30 flight." So 2 people immediately popped up and took the 500. Then about 20 minutes later, they said, "We're offering 1,000." Another person jumped up and took the 1,000. And then 20 minutes before the flight, they said, "We still don't have anybody, so we're going 1,200." And of course, somebody took the 1,200. The reason why I mention that is traveling today, as you all know, is extremely expensive. And so I get to the rental car place, long line, crazy, going all the way from Little Rock to Hot Springs, roads jammed. And so that tells me that the economy is probably doing okay. And I think that from a perspective standpoint, I kind of now want to switch gears and talk just a little bit about perspective. And I was actually, the other night, I went and picked up some roasted chicken from a local restaurant. And where I got it was you order it on the phone, and then you go to the bar to pick it up, and so forth. And so I ordered it. I went to pick it up, and there was a guy sitting at the bar. I paid for the chicken, and I was about to turn around and leave. And the guy goes, "Hey, I know you. I've read your articles in the paper. You're that finance guy." And I said, "Yeah." I said, "How's it going? I've never seen this guy." And he said, "Well, everything's going to absolutely crash." He said, I know any day now the whole market's going to collapse. I just know it." And of course, this restaurant was jammed, and I just smiled and took off. And I came across some interesting things reading the Wall Street Journal recently, and I just wanted to share this with you because I think I'm trying to add perspective. But a recent poll came out. They said that 55% of the people think that the economy is shrinking. And actually, that's wrong. The economy is slowing down a little bit, but it's still growing. And if you look to where the economy was, GDP, the widest measure from the pandemic to today, I mean, it's way high. 56% of the people think that we're in a recession. We're not in a recession. I mean, think of that. And this one I think is kind of interesting. 49% of the people believe that the stock market's down for the year. When I say the year, the last 12 months. And as of right now doing this video, the stock market, S&P 500, the broadest measure, is up almost 25%. So you got half the people walking around thinking the market's down the last 12 months. It's actually, not only is it down, or is it not only is it not down, it's up 25%. And then I think a couple other little things. One, 49% believe that unemployment is at a 50-year high. So roughly half the people think that unemployment is a 50-year high. Actually, unemployment's at a 50-year low. It's actually at a 50-year low. I mean, it's hard to find. I mean, it's hard to find people if you're an employer. So that's interesting. And then I thought two other little things. One, if you look at the consumer and you look at bankruptcies and foreclosures, and you take that out, this report came out yesterday. They said that personal bankruptcies and foreclosures are running at 40% of what they were in 2019, of course, the year before the pandemic. So 40% less, not more, less than in 2019. And then lastly, Fidelity came out recently, and they're a big provider of 401k company retirement plans. And they said that more 401k millionaires became millionaires in the first quarter of 2024 than in any time in history. So the perspective that I'm giving you is I don't know what's going to happen day to day. And you got the election, you got the war, you got all these things happening, but I can tell you that if we have an investment that meets your objectives and your risk tolerance, and we exercise patience, that's how to do it. So if you have any questions after reading it, please call me, and I'll look forward to being in touch. Thanks.